privileged to be here today because I have somebody so special to introduce to you. Oh my goodness, last night she knocked my socks off. I told her that backstage, I said, you are a character. I love your spirit of enthusiasm, and I love your spirit of just giving and just being willing to be different and bigger. And so I'd like to take this time to scroll back and give you the proper introduction. I'd like to introduce her to you because she's motivating and she motivates people all the way up the career path. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome not just your #1 sales director of the Ruby Seminar, this director is #1 in the entire nation. She has achieved 12 times in the appearances in the unit circles, 12 times. She's led her unit to achieve the $1.1 million Circle of Excellence this year. How exciting to have the accolade of being #1, but you know what? She's #1 in her heart too. You're gonna love her. She's gonna deliver the goods. She's earned 4 top sales director trips and 2 prestige trips, 6 pink Cadillacs, and she's only just begun. Her highest 1-month check is in excess of $25,000. So put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Independent Future Executive Senior Sales Director, Candace Doverspike.
Hello, Ruby Seminar. How are you? Well, I think I'm still in shock about all this, so this is so exciting. And I'm just humbled and honored that God would use someone like me. And my prayer today is to give you hope that if I can do this, you can do this. I know you can listen to accolades like that were just read or from all of us, and you can say, that's nice for her, but I could never be great at this because of blank. And what is your blank? What is your issue? And I promise God that if I ever had the honor of speaking on this stage, I would tell y'all the real deal, because that's what most people want to know, is the real deal. So, of course, my journey has not been easy, but the biggest obstacle I've always had to encounter is right here between my own 2 ears, right? And you guys, I have struggled with depression my entire life, and it sent me into some really deep, dark places, and which led to a really long struggle with an eating disorder, which put me into an inpatient treatment center. At one point, it was that bad. And if you know somebody with an eating disorder, it means they really, really don't like themselves. So I came into Mary Kay a very miserable, broken, unhappy person. That you can look at me and where I am today and think I couldn't be like her because of this. But I want you to know that we all have issues. And even though things look good on the outside, I always felt embarrassed that if people really knew what I struggled with behind closed doors, they wouldn't like me. But thank goodness that God uses weak and inadequate people to bring glory and honor to Him, amen? Because in my own strength, I am weak. And I do have issues, but in Him I am strong. And you guys, like I said last night, I took God as my business partner and I pray daily. When I say that I pray to get over myself, that I don't focus on myself and my issues, that I can bless other women. And you guys, millions of women struggle with depression and low self-esteem, but we all have issues, right? What is your issue? What is the thing that you feel is holding you back? Is it a financial situation? Is it health limitation? Is it an addiction? Something with your kids, a struggling marriage? Been there, done that. And you guys, several years ago, I went through a divorce, and I remember my ex-husband came home after 10 years and told me they didn't love me and didn't want to be married to me. And for a girl who's always struggled with feeling loved, that really sent me into a really deep, dark place, where I was having panic attacks daily because I was so worried about what I was going to do with my life. And I was mad, I was embarrassed, I felt like a failure. It rocked my confidence. But God is good, and He works all things together for good. And you saw that great man standing next to me on stage last night, right? That God sees your struggle, and He's working behind the scenes right now. And don't let the enemy make you think for 1 second that you can't be successful with your issue. No, that is your reason why you need to do this. That is your ministry to other women, because you can only empower other people when you rise above something. So choose to be an overcomer. Choose to be an overcomer of whatever your issue is. And you guys, you can look at me, and my prayer is that you look at me and say, I'm just like her. I'm just a girl that wants to be loved and wants to be liked and fit in. And you guys, I had it all backwards in the beginning. I thought that if I achieved the next level, I'd feel better about myself. If I just became a director, if I earned that Cadillac or that top director trip, I would feel better about myself. But I had it backwards. I had to learn to love myself. And you guys, don't you dare for a second think that your title has anything to do with your value as a person. You are who you are because you are a child of God. And you are beautifully and wonderfully made exactly the way that you are. And that's where your value comes from. Your position and your title just shows how hard you're willing to work. And because achievement was something that I struggled with as far as it determining my value, this is an affirmation that I have claimed over the last few years, is I am loved no matter what I achieve. And I am valuable no matter what I accomplish. And I chose to operate in my gifts and my strengths because, you guys, I would come to these conferences and I'd look at these women on stage and think, I could never be like her. And instead of gleaning from what she had to say, I would leave feeling worse about myself because I wasn't like her. You guys, we got to stop comparing ourselves. We as the women are the worst, the absolute worst at that. That if you're going to be all that God has called you to be, you got to embrace who you are. And just be you and be the most powerful, confident version of you, because God has given you gifts and talents that are different than anybody else. And you can only bring glory and honor to Him when you're operating your gifting. Stop trying to be like someone else. And it's way more fun. Two big things I changed this last year that I believe can help anybody, no matter what your issues are, to get to that next level. I changed my belief and I changed my activity. I was obsessed with working on the 6 inches between my 2 ears because I know that I'm naturally a pessimist and I'm naturally, going to think the worst of things. So it's not something that comes naturally to me. I have to work at it. And so this last year, I flooded my mind with positivity. I was flooding my mind with affirmations and listening to God and my mentor. That's it. Because I believe in those quiet times is when the enemy will creep in. Like I talked about last night, he'll plant that seed of doubt and say, you can't do this. You don't really have what it takes to do this. Does this really work? Are you really good enough to do this? No, you got to fight that and say, I do have what it takes. I can do this. And you can't do it on your own, but you can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Amen. You guys, you've got to fight it. You have got to fight it. And I learned to take each thought captive daily, because that's where the enemy will kill you in those little thoughts, that first thought. You got to fight it. And you got to say it out loud. Rebuke that. Your words are powerful. What are you telling yourself? Are you telling yourself you can't do this? Are you telling yourself you're broke? Are you telling yourself you're tired? Well, then you're going to be those things. That you have got to claim what you want in your life, and you've got to expect great things to happen. Because if you go into an appointment hoping maybe you'll sell something, you're not going to sell something. But if you go in, or you may, but if you go into something sale expecting her to want this product, expecting her to want to be a part of your team, expect victory in your life and in your business, that will happen. And walk in with confidence. You guys, no matter where you are where you are because of thoughts you had yesterday. But guess what? Belief is a skill that anyone can learn. But it's something you have to work at. And you have to be intentional about it, because most of us are going to be naturally negative. And our world is naturally negative. So fight really hard right here, those thoughts. Because that's where this whole thing starts. Second biggest thing I changed is my activity. If you aren't where you want to be, there's nothing wrong with you. You're probably just not doing enough activity. One of the most frustrating places that I see consultants in is where they have these really big goals, but they're only doing this amount of activity. You're never going to reach those really big goals with this amount of activity. For example, if you have a goal to be a director or in a free car, and you're only doing one party a month, good luck. I'm not that good. That's just ridiculous. It's never going to happen. But you've got to be willing to increase your activity. Here's the secret. I know Donna talked about this. I know Jamie preaches this. You guys, there are formulas that work in this business. And when you are working the formulas, this business works. When we're not working, that's when we get in our own head and everything goes wrong. But we got to be working 3 to 5, 5 to 10. She explained it. You do 3 to 5 parties a week. Share the business opportunity with 5 to 10 people a week. You can go anywhere you want to go. Prove us wrong. They work. And those formulas are what, like I said, Jamie talks about it, Mary Kay Ash wanted us to do. You guys, she created this company and she worked really, really hard for this company to be what she wanted to be, a company that can change your life. That we owe it to her to work it the way she wanted us to. And stop playing, Mary Kay. This was not meant to be a wholesale membership, but something that can change your life. But you guys, that's right. It's something that can change your life, but you have to be willing to get out there and work and get this product on people's faces. I love the whole Faces initiative because that's the magic of this business, is face to face. You cannot connect with someone over the computer, over the phone, as much as you can connect with them face to face. Because when you're face to face with them, they can feel your energy. They can feel, you can see, look at them eyeball to eyeball. You guys, be brave enough to get face to face. We're playing Wimpy Mary Kay when we're hiding behind our computers and our phones. Be brave and bold enough to get face to face and connect with people, because our world needs that. Don't you think for a second? Yes, you need to clap for that. Our world needs you to get out there and connect with women, because women are lonely. They are. And they need you to be that light to them. Don't you think for a second, you guys, that I have a magic wand that just makes people sign up and be a part of my team and buy product? No, I'm in front of way more people. And when you're in front of way more people, you're gonna get those results. You guys, I work. And I work hard, and I am not embarrassed about it. And anything worth having in life is gonna take work. Nobody ever said that you could earn a free car, on Facebook. No, you gotta get out there and get face to face with people, right? Right? You gotta be willing to be uncomfortable. You gotta be willing to do something different, people. And you can't wait for the belief to be there. That's the difference. A lot of people feel like they need to wait for the belief to be there before they get into action. My belief was low, and I worked on the belief, but I got into action at the same time. Because here's what I know. When you're working and you're in the field, your confidence is high. But when you're holding back and you're not doing those appointments and you're not being brave and picking up the phone and calling, your confidence gets lower, right? And you guys, you have to stop focusing on what's wrong with you and get out there and get to work. So activity will change everything. You guys, we are creating a movement in Mary Kay. Do you feel it? You guys, there's so much excitement and energy in the company right now that we want not just some of us to be a part of it, but it's going to take all of us to be a part of it to really create the movement that we need. And you guys, it's time to stop playing Mary Kay and take advantage of the full marketing plan that Mary Kay has available to us. If you have a desire to be a leader in this company, if God has planted a dream in your heart over the last few days to be a director or to be a national, it's time to not just talk about it, but to do it. It's time to rise up, ladies. It's a choice to stop compromising on the dream that God has placed in your heart. Stop compromising. Stop shrinking back, you guys. We all get knocked down. We all get discouraged. We all get disappointed. But you guys, you got to get back up. People at the top have issues. They just get back up quicker. They get back up quicker. And there will be obstacles. Do you know that most people don't reach their goals? Not because, or the people that don't reach their goals, it's not because there's nothing wrong with them, but it's because they gave up at the first sign of an obstacle. That first cancellation, that disappointment, that discouragement, they gave up. You better believe there's going to be obstacles, ladies, and you got to be prepared for them. And just know that if God has given you a calling, has placed a calling on your life, there's going to be some big obstacles because the enemy's going to drag you down. And he doesn't want you to have an influence and make a difference in this world. So expect the obstacles, and how about next time that they come up, instead of questioning whether you're supposed to be in Mary Kay, instead of questioning whether this is where you're supposed to be headed, how about you say, this is confirmation that I'm going exactly where I need to go, because where there is resistance, it's confirmation. Seriously. I believe if you made the investment to come to seminar, you want more out of your business. And I believe that we all can do more and be more and do way more than we are right now, including myself. Ladies, we have an opportunity to change women's lives, like I said. Do you believe that? You guys, this company has changed my life. I came from a very shy, broken, insecure woman to this confident, powerful, loud, crazy lady standing in front of you today because of this company. But I had to be brave enough to face my fears, be willing to be uncomfortable, get over my issues, stop focusing on the past, stop focusing on what didn't happen, stop focusing on my inadequacies and what was wrong with me, and embrace who I was. Because you guys, you got to do the same thing. Embrace who you are and let God use you to bless other women. And then run full out towards the dream that He has given you and get to work by doing your 3 to 5 parties. And don't stop till you make it happen, no matter what obstacle comes your way. You guys, you got to fight for what you want. You got to do whatever it takes to make it happen. Dreams do come true, you guys, but you got to fight for it. I believe in you. Let's make this our best year ever in Mary Kay history!
Ladies and gentlemen, please give a standing ovation to your #1 sales director, Independent Future Executive Senior Sales Director, Candace Doverspike.